I'd like to call the joint meeting of the Internal Services and Health and Human Services Committees to order. First order of business is Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like a motion to adopt the agenda.
Romano adopts the agenda.
Thank you. Commissioners Romano and Zinner made the motion and seconded it to adopt the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion passes 11-0.
Thank you. Item 4, approval of the minutes from the joint committee, May 14th of this year. I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Support, Perna.
Thank you. Commissioner Groten, Perna made the motion to approve the minutes. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Item 5 is public participation. This is the first opportunity for public participation. And this public participation is for anyone to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any item that's on today's agenda. Today's agenda items only. Public participation. Public participation items. Thank you. We'll close public participation and move to Internal Services Committee Department recommendations. First up is a budget amendment for Information Technology Capital Improvement Fund. GEM Computers Uninterruptible Power Supply for COMTEC, $352,777. I'd like a motion to move items A and B to full board.
Board.
Thank you. Commissioner Wallace and Haw made the motion and seconded it to move 6A and B to full board.
Okay, good afternoon, Commissioners. This is Sandy Wilson. I'm here on behalf of Jacob Embler, who's out of the office and away enjoying some free time this week. So the first item we have here for the agenda is the GEM Computers for the amount of $352,777. This is for the uninterruptible power supply, the UPS. And I don't know if there's any specific questions. This is over at COMTEC. It will do for our data center, so we are replacing the batteries as well as the backup power supply for that device.
Commissioner Sabatini.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi.
I know we got our money's worth out of these batteries. What's the life expectancy on these batteries?
Typically, it's only 5 years, but you can see from this we had 8. So we really do play the game. We work with the vendors to do support. So let's go with 8 as far, but industry standard is 5.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 12-0.
Okay, item 6C, I'd like to take 6C and D together. Budget amendment for information technology from the Capital Improvement Fund for Motor City Electric Technologies. NRV for COMTEC head end for $126,795.
Support.
Was that Commissioner Wallace? Yeah. Commissioner Wallace and Lucido made the motion and supported it to move 6C and D to full board.
Okay, the NVR, which is our network video recorder, so this is all of the recordings for our cameras throughout the county. So we are at capacity of the 2 recorders we have now, so we'll be adding a 3rd one. We continue to add cameras to the county. Right now, I think we've got some new ones going over at Southwest. So this is just to ensure we have the 30-day retention capabilities for all of our cameras. I don't know if there's any questions.
I just have one. How far back do you keep your recordings?
30 days. Sheriff is 90, but otherwise standard for the county is 30.
Are they all on site or do they go off
No, they're all on site.
all on site? Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to take 6E and F together for information technology 2025 capital outlay items for laptops for PC replacements for $239,780. Motion,
293 done.
pardon?
293.
Thank you, Commissioner. 293,780. Thank you. Commissioner Wallace and Lucido made the motion and supported to move 6E and F to full board.
Okay, so 6E represents the capital outlay request, which is all of our operation expenses, which includes the PC replacement overall for the year. Is a projected account for any of our operational unexpected items in our hardware environment, like the PC replacement, fiber, printers. So that amount is in the 6E. And it's the $9,222.513. Of that amount, we're actually looking to purchase the replacement laptops of 400 of them, for $293,780. So we'll be drawing on that money with this request.
Commissioner Howard.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
What do you do with the laptops after they've expired for our use here? What would you do with the laptops afterwards?
We have a company that we work with for destruction, so we destroy the hard drives within the laptops, and then they dispose of the equipment.
The write-up says for laptops for PC replacement. Are these PCs all at end of life, or are these PCs on site and we need laptops because people are working from home?
No, these are all end of life. So we have a 5-year replacement, and we are at 5 years really from COVID. There was a large replacement of laptops in 2020. So for this is our 5-year rotation mark.
And are laptops no more expensive than the desktops at this point?
I guess I could go back to the quote, but they're very marginal in difference. But it does allow us to maneuver from department to department and go have mobile meetings as
Okay.
well.
Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Item 6G, an agreement for information technology for maintenance for the second quarter of 2025, a total cost of $69,753.42 with Axion Enterprise. I need a motion to move to full board.
Motion to move to full board.
Support.
Thank you. Commissioner Grote and Howard made the motion and seconded it to move 6G to full board.
Okay, this is our reoccurring maintenance agreements we have throughout the year. These 3 items will be coming for this quarter, which is the total of the $69,753.42. And there are 3 agreements for this quarter.
Thank you. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll move on now to F&O, Budget Amendment Capital Improvement Fund, Talmer Building Rooftop Unit
Jacob.
and Boiler Replacement Project for $605,000. I'd like a motion to move 6H and I to full board.
Support.
Thank you. Commissioner Wallace and Howard made the motion and seconded it to move items 6H and I to full board.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Dominic Guadagnino. I'm filling in for Ben Treppa today, who's out of the office. We are seeking approval for contract with Burnco to provide construction services for Talmer Building rooftop unit and boiler replacement in the amount of $605,000 for facilities operations. Funding is available through our 2025 capital improvement plan. The project entails removing and replacing Talmer Building boiler rooftop unit which have reached the end of their life cycle. Burnco is, this was a general contract bid only. We received pricing from two qualified bidders. Burnco was the low bidder, and the project came in $95,000 under budget.
Thank you. Commissioner Lucido.
Approximately how old is the unit that's on the there now?
They may be original, so that goes back to before the county even owned the building. So,
All right, that's all I have, thank you.
I assume the boiler's in the basement?
yes.
Gonna have to rip anything apart to get it out or the new one in?
There might be a little bit of removal of doors, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Dan?
actually, the boilers are on the second floor, and we are removing a door to get the boilers out. And then we're doing a little bit of architectural improvement in that corridor as well.
Okay.
Yes.
New door for replacement or same door?
It's a new door. We're gonna flip it, and then we have a fire extinguisher cabinet we're gonna relocate as well.
Thank
Please
you.
come to the mic.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Dan.
Sorry. Yeah, so it is a new door and frame, new hardware, and then we have a fire extinguisher cabinet we're moving as well.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yep.
Commissioner Perna.
Is there a trade-in on the old boiler, or do we scrap it?
I believe we're scrapping that, sir.
Do we keep it in inventory, or do we scrap it immediately, because right now scrap is at its premium value?
Yeah. Oh, the contractor will dispose of it properly for us. Burnco will.
So they'll dispose of it, and the contractor keeps the profit from that, or do we get it?
Typically, that's offset in the bid, yes.
It's all in the bid?
That's correct.
All right, thank you.
Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Commissioner Grote, the system didn't receive your vote. If you'd like to voice vote, I can add it in. Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's now my pleasure to turn the meeting over to the Chair of the Health and Human Services Committee, Commissioner Lucido.
Thank you, Commissioner Van Sickle. We'll start with item A, a budget amendment to veteran services, supplies and services for media advertising in the amount of $133,500. And can I get a motion to recommend the full board?
Support.
Motion. Full board?
We have a motion by Howard and support by Romano. And we have Laura here to talk about this item.
Yes, so since we advertised with the Detroit Tigers, I put in an inquiry to see what it would look like to advertise with the Detroit Lions to get more veterans to our office and interested in services and their entitled, benefits. So inquiring by, it's not like the Illich Group owns Detroit Tigers and you do everything through the Illich Group. This one, it's not. It's, if you've ever watched football, you got Fox, you got one night is Prime, another one's Netflix, every night's a different night, right? So it's a whole different idea. So it's really advertising through Fox. Now, if we were to do the games, advertise during the games on TV, it was like $35,000, $40,000 a game. So if we do streaming, it works out to be like $6,000 a game. So that would be streaming. Then they also have a package where you can do non-Lions games on TV. So like Sunday, you got 3 football games. Most people just don't watch one. They watch this one, then the next one, then the next one. So I can advertise on the TV during those other games, and they only cost about $6,000. It's just the Lions that cost a lot. So then you also, and I am not your fabulous football fan. I mean, I'm a fan, but I am not like, I can't spit out stats and stuff. But I guess there's a 2-hour pregame show that most of these men might know about, that it's like 10 to 12 on a Sunday, and that's through Fox, and I can advertise during that, which with the data that they gave me on how many people watch it and how many people, that kind of data, that's a good bang for your buck to do the 2-hour pregame. But you can't do the 2-hour pregame show without taking one of the other packages. So basically, just doing it all is the 135,000 that I would like to have from the fund balance to give it a shot. I can't use grant money because unfortunately, lion season is September through January. With at least using the millage money, I'm not crossing over fiscal years.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like, this is what I got. Any questions?
Commissioner Howard?
Yeah, quick question. On here, it says that the sponsorship will say, brought to you by Macomb veterans. When I first read that, I was like, okay, the veterans that live in Macomb County are sponsoring this. Like, can we change that language to Macomb County Veteran Services? Because that,
It's going to be the same TV ad.
okay,
So right now I have a 30-second ad and I have a 15-second ad for the Tigers. And it's going to be the same exact message.
is that the same ad that gets played at gas stations?
Yes.
It was great. I was pumping my gas and I heard Macomb County Veterans. I quickly grabbed my phone to take a picture because I was excited.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering that. I'll just say
Yeah.
one remark. My the first day after I won my election, I got a call from a vet that was near homeless. And I referred to him to your office. I referred to him to Macomb Community Action. I was like, I don't know what else I can do but refer him to Veteran Services. And I just never heard back from him. So I never knew what happened. I talked to a friend of his last week, and through your office in Macomb Community Action, he was able to avoid being homeless and is living a great life now. And so I just wanted to thank you for your service as well as Mr. Cox and everyone at Macomb Community Action. It's really exciting to be able to vote for something and then see it actually save and transform a vet's life. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's it.
Commissioner Wallace?
I just wanted to commend you on all the new ways that you have been reaching out to veterans. I know when I first, this got loud. Luke. I know when I first was appointed, we were just talking about the different ways to reach out, and we were thinking a little smaller, but now today we're, talking commercials, and we went from mailings to commercials, which is just, I think, wonderful, just a wonderful way to reach so many veterans that need that help. So I just wanted to say great job to you and your team.
Thank you.
All right, seeing no other speakers, can we please vote?
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to item B, which is a budget amendment for the Offices of Senior Services, Congregate Meals Program, AgeWays, unit rate increase for meals served in the amount of $63,141. Can I get a motion to recommend to full board?
Support.
I have a motion by Wallace and support by Howard. And I think we have Sheila here. Yes. Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. So what you have before you is a budget amendment specifically for our congregate meals to support the increased cost of meals. Occasionally, AgeWays will find additional funding in their budget, send it to us to help supplement the cost of programs and meals and such. So that's what this is for.
All right.
Any questions?
I see no questions, so can we please vote? That was an easy one.
Motion passes 12-0.
All right, we'll move on to item C, budget amendment, Office of Senior Services, AgeWays provision of services for No Wrong Door program in the amount of $62,500. Can I get a motion to recommend 8C and D to full board?
So moved.
I have a motion by Haw and support by Van Sickle.
Okay, so this is an agreement that we have with AgeWays. AgeWays applied for a grant through the state to provide long-term services and support counseling, counseling options for older adults in Macomb. So this is a fee-for-service agreement. So AgeWays will send us the referrals. We will have counselors who have been specifically trained to provide this service, and then AgeWays will reimburse us. The training has not taken place yet, but it's based in the person-centered model of services. So we are sending a counselor to be trained in the near future.
All right. Hold on. Commissioner Zinner.
Thank you, Chair. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
How many citizens are you planning on starting out with, or what's the plan, and how many workers do you think you'll have?
Yeah,
What's the plan on that?
that's a great question. We have no way of forecasting how many referrals we'll get from AgeWays. So we, right now, are training one advocate. We're going to be sending her to training, and then we're going to monitor it as we go along. There will be subsequent trainings for additional staff if need be. But right now, we're starting off with one staff person.
All right, thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you, Chair.
All right, seeing no other speakers, can we please vote?
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to item E, a budget amendment for Health Grants Fund, Metro Solutions, MDHHS Regional Prenatal Quality Collaboration, 2025 RPQC Subaward in the amount of $25,000. Can I get a motion to recommend a full board?
So moved.
Support. I have a motion by Howard, support by Grott. And we have Andrew here today.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Great to see all of you today. This first item is, as described, we're asking for a budget amendment due to an increase in grant funding from MDHHS that partners with the Southeast Michigan Perinatal Quality Improvement Coalition. So this is a group that we are a part of that specifically looks at reducing infant mortality rates in Macomb County. So we've been a part of our baby resource network that has really promoted the Safe Sleep program. This has to do with educating parents on safe sleep practices, such as not having blankets and other objects in cribs. So this program will allow us to provide families safe sleep sacks. So this, instead of having a traditional blanket that babies used to be wrapped up in, this is a sleep sack that is secured on the baby itself, on the infant, to help prevent any kind of suffocation that might come with loose items in the crib. And so we're really fortunate to have this increase of $25,000 to help support our residents in Macomb and our families, more importantly, to help reduce those rates of infant mortality. I'd be happy to answer some questions.
Great. Commissioner Zinner.
Thank you, Chair. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Commissioner.
There must be a record of some kind for how many babies died using a blanket. Do you know what that would be in recent time?
Specifically over that specific issue, I'm sure we do keep track of that data. I can get that to you. I don't know offhand specifically rates attributed to just blankets themselves. Other factors are co-sleeping in the bed with the parent, unfortunately. That is also a big contributor of infant mortality rates, where parents allow infants to sleep in the same bed, during sleep, and that's just not a safe practice. So that's why we also, with this program, provide pack and plays, which are another safer alternative than that co-sleeping arrangement.
I would be curious to know, I guess in the last 20 years, 10 years, what's been found. I know for several years, maybe 10 years, parents have been using these sleep sacks or encouraged to use them. So I'd be curious to know if that's made a difference or not. Do you know
Sure.
if that's made a percentage of difference or?
I believe it has. I mean, studies and research shows that, those sleep sacks are much safer way to sleep and reduce infant mortality. So I'll try to get some information, not only in our rates, but maybe attach some research out there that helps support why these are supported, not just in Macomb, but statewide and even nationwide. This is a national program, the Safe Sleep Program. And these are delivered through our maternal child health program, which is our field nursing staff. So the nurses consult those families as well on how to use the items correctly. And more importantly, it's an accessibility issue that some families can't afford some of these things, and so we're able to provide those.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Commissioner Howard.
Thank you. We use a sleep sack, so with
Awesome.
at least 2 out of 3 of my kids. I don't remember one of them, but out of curiosity, what is the process of what's the distribution model? I heard you say that they'll consult with the nurse as part of the program. But do you have families? How do we make sure we're reaching all of Macomb?
So yeah, if families, there's no income qualifications on this program, which is great because a lot of times we do have specific income type of qualifications. They do have to participate in the Safe Sleep Program, and so they attend a meeting and education, or they can do that through our maternal child health field nursing program, where our nurses will certify them. It's not technically a certification, but they educate them on that process. And once you go through that, then you'd be eligible to have as long as supplies last. So basically the short answer would be to contact us, Commissioner, at the health department, and our maternal child health or our nursing division will help them out.
Okay. Is there a way for us to partner with the local hospital that as mothers are giving birth in Macomb County that they already know this? Is when my wife delivered our kids, we received a package with information in it with all sorts of different things, coupons, tips on how to feed a baby, all that. Maybe this is easy.
Yeah, we do already. So
Okay.
yeah, we partner with the hospitals. That's that baby resource network. We have all the hospitals represented, so they send representatives and have collaborative meetings about that. And they participate in a baby resource fair that we hold annually, actually twice a year, actually. And so we'll be happy to share information about that. That's a really great event too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, seeing no other speakers, can we please vote?
Motion passes 12-0.
Okay, we'll move on to item F, which is a budget amendment, Macomb Community Action, Michigan State Housing Development Authority, Michigan Housing Navigation Program, increase in funding, $35,000. Can I get a motion to recommend to full board?
So moved.
Support. I have a motion by Wallace, support by Howard? Was it?
It was
Van Sickle, sorry. All right.
Thanks, Commissioner. This item is going to help another really worthy cause that we help support in Health and Community Services with Macomb Community Action, and that's it's our housing services. This is called the Housing Navigation Program, or H&P. This is a grant program through MSHDA. We have grant funds that have already been allocated out to 6 providers in the county for housing services. This specific addition is increase in funding an amount of $35,000, and it's going to 3 specific organizations: Community Action, McCrest, and Community Housing Network, to provide case management support directly to our clients in Macomb County. So this is housing services that they are helping people in the housing crisis to provide support to them. Very great program. And so we're really proud that we were able to get, of course, we'd always like more, but this is additional $35,000 that we were able to receive from MSHDA that we'll directly allocate out to these 3 organizations.
Seeing no speakers, can we please vote?
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. And we are removing item G and putting it on July's agenda, so that will leave us at public participation. This is an opportunity for the public to participate, for those who wish to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any issue. Seeing none, we will close public participation and move on to commissioner comments. And I see no commissioner comments, so maybe I can get a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll get it next time. I'll get it tomorrow.
It was a motion by Grott and supported by Wallace.